everybody, I'm here to talk to you today about BMR and TDEE, the two things you absolutely have to understand whether you want to gain weight or lose it. So why are BMR and TDEE so important, and what are they anyway? That's all going to be explained. Let me just say first off that I will be talking about calories in this video, so if that's going to upset you or trigger you, please just shut the video off now. Not going into a lot of detail, but they will be talked about. So skip this video if you have to. BMR and TDEE are super important to know if you're looking to gain or lose weight, because they are the numbers that let you know how to lose weight, how many calories you need, and sort of a why you need those as well. First, we're going to talk about your BMR, because you need to understand BMR to understand TDEE. So, BMR stands for basal metabolic rate. Basically what it is the amount of calories your body would need in a day if all you did was rest. If you slept all day or if you were in a coma all day, your BMR is the number of calories your body would need to keep your heart beating, keep your lungs breathing, keep your brain going. The base functions of your body, the calories that are needed to keep those going, to keep you alive, that's what your BMR is. Basal metabolic rate. It's like the base number you need. It's the absolute essential calories that you need every day. Now, rather than going into all the math behind how to figure out your BMR, I'll just say if you look it up, a BMR calculator, there are tons of them free on the internet. There are a couple different equations that could be used to determine your BMR. There isn't a big enough difference between them for me to recommend one over the other. I will say, and here's where calories are going to be mentioned, my estimated BMR is 1484. So if I slept all day long and I was not here talking to you, I would still need about 1,484 calories. Now you might notice something about that number. It is more than 1,200. It is more than the 1,200 that you see plastered everywhere. Your menus will say, oh, 1,200 is the recommend. No, it's not. 1,200 is not the magic calorie number. 1,200 calories is probably not enough for you. For most adults, that's not going to be enough for you. Not saying it's not the right amount for everybody. There are some people that if you are skinnier or shorter, you're just not as active like that, your body might need fewer calories. But this is why it's so important to know your BMR, because if you go and just assume that 1,200 calories is perfect for you, especially if you then go, well, then I want to lose weight, I'll subtract from that. If I was eating 1,200 calories a day, my body would already need more than 200 calories more than that, not taking my activity into account. So if I start subtracting and eating less than 1,200 calories, because that's what I think is the base amount, and I should be eating less than that to lose weight, my body is not getting the nutrition it needs, and your body will start suffering because it can't keep your brain functioning properly. So then, going off of BMR, you have your TDEE, two E's. That stands for total daily energy expenditure. Your TDEE is your BMR plus all of the calories that you've burned, not even just through exercise, just from me talking. Talking burns calories. Not a ton, but it does. Me walking down the stairs to film here rather than upstairs in my bedroom burns calories. Me getting up and cooking lunch today burned calories. It's all those little things you do, all the things you do at work, all the things you do at home, doing laundry, going to the gym, all of that, all of those calories are put into your TDEE. Your TDEE is calculated by taking your BMR and multiplying it by a certain number that represents different activity levels. That number that's multiplied by can be as little as 1.2 if you're real sedentary. If you have a desk job and you drive to work and you don't really exercise and you're just off your feet most of the day, you take your BMR, multiply by about 1.2. That number can go all the way up to 1.9 if you're super active. If you work in construction, you're on your feet all day long, you work out a ton, you work out, every single day, and you're super, super active all the time, you could need almost double your BMR. 1.9 times your BMR just to keep you going throughout the day. So for me, currently, because I haven't been working out much lately, taking my BMR and multiplying it by the proper activity level brings me to about 2,040 calories for my TDEE. So that is about how many calories I would need to maintain my weight at my current activity level. And your TDEE is what you should be looking at when you're trying to figure out how many calories to eat, not your BMR. Your BMR should be used to figure out your absolute minimum calories each day, and it should be used to calculate your TDEE. Don't take your BMR and subtract calories from it. That's not safe. That's not good for you. What you do is you take your TDEE, and that's what you use to calculate it. So if you want to gain weight, take your TDEE and add about 5 to 15% of it back to it. So just take your TDEE, whatever it is, so mine would be like 2040, and multiply it by 1.05 or 1.15. That's going to give you how many calories you'd want to eat every day in order to gain weight. If you want to lose weight, you'd want to take your TDEE and subtract between 10 and 20%, depending on kind of your activity level and how aggressive you want to be about your weight loss. Don't subtract more than 20%. And if you subtract a percentage of it, so if you're multiplying by take your TDEE and multiply it by 0.9 to 0.8, and that would give you then your daily calorie amount. If that number, after you subtract that amount, is less than your BMR, don't go under your BMR. Like I said, that is your absolute minimum. Sometimes the numbers get wonky in there. Don't eat below your BMR, please. For my sake, for your sake, make sure you're eating more than your BMR every day. And that's kind of the basics of BMR, TDEE, and how to use them for adjusting your weight, whether you are interested in gaining weight or losing weight. And it's very important to understand these things because calories aren't a one-size-fits-all. So please take the time to look into it, find out what works for you, and then tweak it from there. If you're feeling hungry all the time, eat more. If you feel like you're constantly just stuffing food down and you just hate it, probably don't need that much. Or eat more calorie-dense food so you don't have to eat so much food in order to get the calories that you need. That's fine too. Look, of course, into the nutrition of what you're eating, but make sure you are eating the proper amount of calories as well. Stay above your BMR or it's going to negatively affect your physical and mental health. And check into your TDEE. Adjust your TDEE as your activity levels change. So if you change jobs, if you go from a desk job to being a kindergarten teacher where you're running around with kids all day, you're going to have to readjust how much you're eating, or you're going to probably be cranky and tired because you won't be eating enough. So if you're interested in gaining weight or losing weight in a scientifically sound, safe, and healthy way, I hope this video helped you out. If you learned something or you just enjoyed it, please like the video. Let me know that you enjoy it. Leave me a comment and let me know what I should make a video about in the future. And then go off and calculate your BMR and your TDEE. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching and have a fantastic rest of your day.